Hey everybody, Bleak in a Cage today rides. Heading up to Harley Big Barn to meet up with Remote Coder, one of the members of the Shade Tree Army. We rode a few places together. His bike's giving him some grief on his way to Arizona, and yeah, go see if I can't lend a hand. If nothing else, buy the man some breakfast. And I don't know, we'll see how much time he has. Either way, there's a Zero event going on at Struthers Brothers today. So I got all my gear in the back here. Maybe get a little ride in, get a visit with a dear friend, and put some good out in the world. Let's get into it. I gotta drive a car. I don't want to show you guys that, so I'll come back. We'll circle back. So here at Big Barn with the amazing Remote Coder. They're gonna get him right in, get his bike fixed up. I don't know if I mentioned that his bike was giving him some issues on the way here, and he's getting it sorted out. So we're gonna go maybe grab a bite. If there's time, we're gonna do this little Zero event down at Struthers Brothers and see if e-bikes meet the mustard.
It probably won't. I'll crash the hell out of them, so it should be fun.
Stick with us. We'll show you some fun. Alright, well, we're back at Harley. Looks like they got Dave's bike done. So we'll get him set up on his bike, and then I'll go do this Zero event by myself, all lonesome.
Oh no.
The lonesome biker returns.
Yeah, shit.
I'm always alone.
Yeah,
all my buddies are always going places.
Yep, gotta do it by yourself, man. Run solo.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Alright, well, stay tuned. So, I've never had me one of these Gremlin bells before. RC was kind enough to buy me a Gremlin bell. I got him one, because that's what brothers fucking do. Getting him ready to get back on the road, start his new life as a motorcycle mechanic. Very cool. My man rocks a Gerber? Hell yeah. A man of taste and style.
There we go. She is on there. And I get to look at the skull too. The skull won't even be facing this way. Look at that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, I know. It gets harder and harder to get back up. Oh, I love it. This bike is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at it. Look at the tailpipes here. Look at the whole thing, man. The whole thing is just out of this world.
Something cool?
Yeah.
All right.
I want to hear it too, because I never got to hear it when you were here. Yeah, see that? Oh, look at that! That's so cool. All right, sir. I love it. I love your bike. Yeah. There goes RC, off to become a motorcycle mechanic. Glad I got to see him, spend a little bit of time with a brother. Guess now I'll go do that Zero ride event, see how that goes. Should be something. And try to get this video out sometime here soon. Gotta put my bell on my bike, maybe shoot a little install video on that. Oh, look at that thing. Holy smokes. The smile is real. Get to try out one of these Zero bikes. I hear they're real torque monsters. Should be real fun. More of a review after I've done the ride. Better go get some safety gear on.
Alright, I got a whole safety briefing and everything. Alright, have either of you ridden an electric motorcycle before?
No, sir.
Alright, it's just me.
Yeah.
The biggest difference between the two, and this is the most important thing I'm going to highlight, alright? When you start your bike, you turn the key on, the kickstand goes up, kill switch, all right? You do all that, and then you start it, and then it idles. The difference is, this is on, it's idling. This is as loud as it gets. See this green circle up here?
Yep.
Green means go.
Okay.
That means if I twist this throttle,
Bike starts
away
going.
she goes. Yep. This is important because I guarantee you at some point today, muscle memory is going to take over. You're going to reach for a clutch lever that isn't there. Try to downshift a bike with no gearbox, and you're probably going to blip the throttle because it's nice and quiet. You get to a red light and you're going to want to blip the throttle. You know, you may not. Hopefully you remember this, but it happens to all of us. You'll be sitting in a group and you'll see one guy kind of lurch forward and you're like, oh, that guy forgot.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
It's not. That bike's
Okay.
a blast. Super, super lightweight. Yeah.
My
Turn the key on.
nope. I see green.
Green means go.
All right, guys.
I'm curious to your feedback.
We should let him warm up a little bit. You know, get the oil flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to that rumble.
Yeah.
Our batteries save that right now. Alright, I'll find you on the roof of that front.
Right off the bat, I noticed some things about this bike. It's very, very light. It takes no effort whatsoever to hold this bike up. I think he told me, this instructor we're riding with, that this bike's wet weight was under 300 pounds. The fella on the Dual Sport, I think he was more in the 400 pound range. The bike the instructor's on there, the sport touring bike, it was more of a traditional weight, 500, 560, something like that. The other thing about that weight that you notice is immediately when you take a corner, the bike responds. Very little lean, very little effort required. Just nimble in every sense of the word. Also, the throttle is incredibly responsive. On my bike, the throttle's kind of lurchy. On my buddy's bike, the throttle's, I don't know how to describe it, stiff. I can't wait to find out what my Connie's like. This bike, you twist the throttle, you're going. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Later, when talking with one of the sales reps, he tells me it pretty much moves as fast as a photon can down a piece of wire, or an electrical signal. He said, in fact, they had to, by microseconds we're talking, milliseconds, slow the throttle response down. Otherwise, it would react quicker than most people were capable of responding to. So after some testing, they dialed it back a little bit. A lot of thought, a lot of engineering, a lot of purpose went into these Zero bikes. And I'll say this later in the video, but they were incredibly refreshing. Right up here we pull off, and the instructor lets us switch into sport mode. There's also custom modes on these bikes. I assume you can set your own tune. We didn't get into any of that. This is just a demo. Get a chance to get on the bike, get some information out there. People get some experiences on them. Again, I really enjoyed it. And after we switch them into sport mode here, holy smokes, I enjoyed it a little bit more. Another thing of note that instructor mentioned to me as we switched them into sport mode, it's just a click of a button on the controls. And as long as you're not on the throttle, you can do that while riding the bike. You can be headed down the road, switching through eco mode, sport mode. Something I'll tell you about it. The eco mode has a recapturing brake system. It recaptures energy from the brakes. You get a little more miles, a little tune down on the throttle, the performance. The sport mode does not have the recapturing of the brake energy. You twist the throttle, you ride it like a sport bike, it's going to eat up that energy, that fuel real quick. But man, they were playful, they were responsive. Watching the two guys in front of me, I'm in the back position. They took right off. I kept pace, kept right up with them. The bikes want to go fast. It's kind of a strange experience because I'm used to the faster I go, the louder my bike sings. These bikes, the only thing you hear really is the resistance of the rubber on the road. Very quiet, very fast. I don't know what else I can say about it. I mean, this was a lot of fun, and I urge anyone, if you have a Zero event in your area, you got to get on one of these bikes. You got to try it out. Maybe a motorcycle ain't for you, and if it isn't, but you haven't given up on two wheels, check out a Zero. Go over to Harley, check out a Livewire. There's all kinds of stuff in the e-bike market, and I have to say, after today, I'm not an e-bike hater. I'm an e-bike enthusiast. I don't own one, but I wouldn't not own one. They're a lot of fun. Like I said, and around town, a commuter bike, just going to work back and forth each day or running some errands, it would be an absolute home run of a bike to own. I can see a lot of people in some of your bigger cities really getting a lot of use out of these. And, as the United States goes greener, this might be a great alternative. People shouldn't discount them. And that's not to say people in the country don't have a use for them. The guy ahead of me, he's on a dual sport. They had a very dirt bike-esque e-bike back there at their exhibit. And I think whether you're in the city or the country, this could be the right bike for you. I mean, it's like anything else. You need to go out, try one, weigh the pros, weigh the cons, see what's going to work right for you and your situation. But again, I mean, after today, I have nothing but good things to say about the Zero brand e-bike. I assume the Livewire, made by Harley Davidson, just as good, if not better. Those guys have one of the best engineering teams in the world. I mean, come on, it's Harley Davidson. So, if you're thinking about it, you don't want a big rip-roaring motorcycle, don't give up on two wheels. Look into an e-bike. Can't believe I said that, but I did. So, let's not linger on it. And we're back at Struthers Brothers. Go ahead and get these bikes parked. Get around this BMW. And we'll get into the little bit of Q&A I shot after the ride, and we'll call it a day, everybody. Alright, so just got back from the Zero ride. What a refreshing trip that was. Really impressed. Instant throttle response. You got a whole bunch of people here to ride them. Look at that. Have nothing but good things to say about this bike. Whether you're a beginner or a pro level rider, you're gonna have some fun on one of these bikes. Looks like they come in just about every variation, like everything else. Belt driven. What size electric motors are in these?
Okay, so that right there's a 7.2.
Okay.
And then this one here, the DSR, has a 14.4.
Okay.
7.2. And then that one there, 2021, is a 14.4.
Okay.
And then the 2022 is a 15.6.
Oh, okay. But it's got that's got a lot of power, so
Yeah.
it needs that extra.
So more torque, more power, and then also faster charging as well.
Okay. And then what? Just one more question. What kind of hourage do you get out of these?
It's just like a car, okay? Like a muscle car. How do you drive it? So if you're just nice and
So really great guys. They said about a tank of gas equivalent. You'll get 100 miles. If you're in the eco mode, up to 200 miles on some of the smaller bikes. The big sport bike, the orange one there, so yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about my Zero experience. If you guys have a chance to ride a Zero in your area, I recommend you do. It was really quite fun, quite a flattering bike. I really don't want to get back in the old cage now, but I'm probably going to go home and hop on my bike, because that was an infectious experience. All right, we'll see you guys soon.